Okay, Board, welcome everyone to this Planning Taxi Licensing and Rights of Way Committee meeting. This is fully online today. We have no speakers and there's only one application, hence why we're fully online. My name is County Councillor Carl Lewis and I have the pleasure of chairing this meeting today. So we'll go to the first item on the agenda, which is apologies on the roll call, please, Steve.
Thank you, Chair. Councillor Tom Colbert.
Present.
Councillor Angela Davis. Yeah, I can see you, Angela, but you're on mute. Councillor Deb Edwards.
Present.
Councillor Josie Ewing. Councillor Ewing is yet to receive her training, so I'm going to record her as an apology for this meeting. Councillor Howland Hume.
Present.
Councillor Peter James.
Present.
Councillor Adrian Jones.
Present.
Councillor Gareth D. Davis. Sorry, Councillor Gareth D. Jones. Apologies. Councillor Gareth E. Jones.
Present.
Councillor Karina Kenyon Wade.
Present.
Councillor Carl Lewis.
Present.
Councillor Jeff Morgan. I don't think Councillor Morgan's in the meeting. Councillor Gareth Pugh.
Present.
Councillor Edwin Roderick.
I'm up.
Councillor Elwyn Vaughan. Councillor Jonathan Wilkinson.
Councillor Jonathan Wilkinson struggling to get in, Steve. I just had a message of him.
Okay, I'll invite him in now. And Councillor Hugh Williams.
I'm
Doc.
Apologies, Chair. I couldn't get my mute off, but clearly I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you. Just Councillor Jonathan Wilkinson to invite in, and I think we'll be ready to go on to item number 2.
Okay, I've just invited Councillor Wilkinson. Okay, I can see Councillor Wilkinson has moved backstage, so I'm just going to try and get him in.
Brilliant. Welcome, Councillor Jonathan.
Apologies, Chair.
That's okay. Don't worry at all. Okay, Steve, we'll move on to the second item on the agenda, which is minutes on the previous meeting. They're pages 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and they include our AGM. Do I have someone to propose and second that they were an accurate record of what transpired, please? Thank you very much, Vice Chair. Thank you very much, Edwin Roderick, Councillor Edwin Roderick. Thank you very much. On to item number 3 on the agenda, which is declarations of interest. A, to receive any declarations of interest from members relating to items to be considered on the agenda. B, to receive members' requests that a record be made of the membership of Town and Community Council where a discussion has taken place of matters for the consideration of this committee. Councillor Adrian Jones, please.
Yeah, sorry, Chair, I couldn't get my hand up quick. Obviously, declaration of interest on the only application today, which is one on behalf of our farming partnership, 23297 Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Adrian. Councillor Luke Jones, Luke Jones, Principal Planning Officer, you've got your hands raised.
Sorry, Chair, that was an error. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. C, to receive declarations from members of the committee that they'll be acting as a local representative in respect to an individual application being considered by the committee. On that one.
Chair, I was trying to raise my hand, but also declare an interest on the only planning application to be discussed today.
Okay.
Related to the applicant.
Thank you very much, Councillor Jonathan. D, to note details on members of the County Council who are not members of the committee but will be acting as a local representative in respect to an individual application being considered by the committee. I don't believe we have any. Okay, on to planning proper. Item number 4, 4.1 updates. Has everyone had time to read those updates that came in yesterday? If anyone hasn't, please raise their hands and I will allow time for that to take place. They do have other information in there as well. Okay, great. On to the planning proper. Before we start, we have our head of planning off today. Peter Morris is on annual leave, and we also have Carol Johnson, our clerk, off today as well, as we replace Carol with Steve. So we're in safe hands with Steve, and we're also in safe hands with Principal Planning Officer Luke Jones, who's taking the helm today. And this is Luke's last planning meeting. He's off to pastures new, and just like to thank you, Luke, for your time on this committee and everything you've done for Plowis Planning Department. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair.
On to the planning application itself. This is 23/0297/FUL.
Chair, can I just interrupt? Are we now removed from the?
Sorry. Yes. Good point. Steve.
Yes, Councillor Wilkinson and Councillor Adrian Jones, if you could both now leave the meeting, I will call you in once the application has been dealt with.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay, can you confirm, Steve, that both councillors have left the meeting, please?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Apologies for that, members. I'll start again. The application is 23/0297/FUL. Formation of a slurry lagoon at Land at Pied House, Garth Mill, Montgomery. Taking us through this application is Luke Wozenham, planner. Over to you, Luke.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'll just try and get the presentation up now.
We've got a little bit of echo coming through. Well,
Sorry. Can you hear me now? Or
still echoey.
you're coming through off my computer and I microphone. See.
Is anyone else having an echo issue?
Yeah.
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 Do you have speakers on?
Yeah. Well, I'm speaking through the computer. I haven't got a microphone. I can try and get one. No, I don't have a mic here, I don't think. Unless we can pause for 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yeah, we'll pause.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
I'll try and have a look.
You can take us off air for the time being, and we'll reconvene in 5 minutes.
Okay, so we'll take the roll call again. So
Okay,
Councillor Tom Colbert,
Present.
Councillor Angela Davis, Councillor Deb Edwards,
Present.
Councillor Josie Ewing, apologies, Councillor Howland Hume,
Present.
Councillor Peter James,
Present.
Councillor Adrian Jones has an interest and has left the meeting, Councillor Gareth D. Jones, Councillor Gareth E. Jones,
Present.
Councillor Karina Kenyon Wade,
Present.
Councillor Carl Lewis,
present.
Councillor Jeff Morgan wasn't here before and I don't see him in the meeting. Councillor Gareth Pugh,
Present.
Councillor Edwin Roderick, Councillor Elwyn Vaughan, Councillor Jonathan Edwards, or Jonathan Wilkinson declared an interest, so has left the meeting, and Councillor Hugh Williams. Joe.
Sure. Okay, I'll go through the outline of the application again, which is 23/029/FUL, formation of slurry lagoon at land at Pied House, Garth Mill, Montgomery. Taking us through this application is Luke Wozenham. Over to you, Luke.
Thank you very much, Chair, and apologies all members really about this morning. I'll just try and get the PowerPoint presentation up.
Okay.
I hope you can all see this now.
Yes, we can.
That's good. Right. Just starting off, really, there was an update report issued yesterday that was just missing a couple of comments.
Luke, if I could just pause you there. If you could hold the microphone of the phone a little bit closer to your mouth, you're a little bit gargly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, so there was an update report yesterday issued. This was just missing a couple of consultation replies from Highways and Environmental Protection, and it also considers the nearby right-of-way. Obviously, this is in front of you today, given that the applicant is County Councillor Adrian Jones. Here's a satellite image, first of all, showing where the slurry lagoon is going to be constructed. The site is within the Berriew Community Council area. It's not within a development boundary and is therefore classed as within the open countryside. It is approximately 800 metres north-west from Garth Mill. This is Garth Mill here, and the Nags Head public house is down here. And the site is also 300 metres from the main farming complex at Pied House. This has been questioned with the agent and the applicant in terms of why it's so far away from the main farm complex. And the justification is given that most of the land at Pied House is sloping. This is one of the only areas which is relatively flat, and it would cost less really to develop this parcel of land. This is just a plan to reference. It shows the public right-of-way there with a black dashed line. Also for reference, really, there are two listed buildings, one down here, which is the Pied House farmhouse, and there's also a listed building up here, which is, yeah, I have got the name, which is Kevin Garth Mill. Kevin Garth Mill is the closest, which is about 330 metres, obviously to the northwest. Consideration has been given to the right-of-way, which is within the update report. It's approximately 110 metres to the west. No built development will affect the right-of-way. However, the right-of-way may be used during with delivery vehicles, construction vehicles, really, to get to the site. It is not considered that will be adversely affected, even though it will be used, but the applicants are reminded of their duties to keep that unblocked. As well as this, there are no changes to the access of the site to Pied House. Obviously, the access will be using the right-of-way and also then the track which goes through the farm complex. Within that update report, it shows comments from Highways, which confirms that they have no objection. This next slide just shows Garth Mill Historic Park and Garden, which is just to the south. This is approximately 330 metres away, and obviously there you can see Garth Millwood as well. Comments have been received from the likes of CPAT and CADU, and these comments are of no objection. They don't believe that there will be any sort of adverse impact on the historic park and garden, and they have not requested any further landscaping to the scheme. This is just a site location plan of the Slurry Lagoon. The lagoon itself will be 40 metres in length, 30 metres in width, with an overall depth of 4.5 metres. To achieve this development, hedgerow will have to be removed. However, further hedgerow is to be planted around the boundary of the Slurry Lagoon, as well as that to increase the screening of it from public vantage points. Again, a further image of the Slurry Lagoon itself. And then plans then of elevations. This is a photo of the site. This was taken a couple of weeks ago. It's one of the flattest, like I said, one of the flattest areas within the farm holding. To construct this lagoon, like I said previously, the hedge will have to be removed here, and it will be built outwards, looking out over the open countryside. Obviously, with the additional screening that is proposed, and given that the lagoon is below ground, it is not considered that there would be an adverse impact in terms of the landscape. Given that further hedgerow is provided with this scheme as screening, that is considered to be an acceptable biodiversity enhancement. As you can see from the images on here as well, it is not considered that this area of land is particularly high value in terms of ecology, and an ecological report has not been required with this application. So the photos really on here. The nearest residential dwelling is approximately 330 metres to the north, which is Garth Mill. In terms of the amenity enjoyed by that dwelling, it is not considered that this development would have any sort of impact in terms of loss of light, loss of privacy, but there could be a potential impact in terms of odour. We have consulted the environmental protection team, and their response is included within the update report, and they have confirmed that they have no issue with the siting of this development, and as well as that, given the topography of the land, it is not considered that that nearest residential property would be affected by the installation of this Slurry Lagoon. These type of applications are becoming a lot more regular. We do see a lot more of these now, given that Natural Resources Wales, the new regulation stipulates that farmers will now have to have 5 months worth of storage within their farm for any sort of slurry. In terms of policy, the local development plan DM13 sets out the general requirements of all development proposals. This development proposal does not fall within a specific policy as set out within the Paris Local Development Plan. However, therefore, for the purposes of this development, the proposal will be considered against policy DM13. This application seeks consent for the formation of a slurry lagoon. The proposed lagoon is to be sited on an area of grassland, as you can see in the photo, though that has been ploughed. The lagoon is below ground and therefore will not be readily visible. The proposal is considered to be acceptable in terms of scale and appearance, and is acceptable in terms of policy DM13. Like I said previously, just in terms of ecology, Natural Resources Wales have been consulted on this development, and confirm that the odour from this will not adversely impact any surrounding protected sites, whether that be triple SIs or ancient woodlands. They are happy for the development to go ahead, subject to the relevant licences being granted. This area of land is recognised by the government as 3B, which is moderate quality agricultural land. Therefore, it's not affecting the best and most versatile land throughout Powys, and therefore this development is considered acceptable in that regard. Members, the planning department's recommendation for this development is one of approval, subject to 6 conditions and a couple of informatives. I pass back now to the chair for any questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Luke, for running us through that report and taking us to your recommendation. Can I confirm, just for people at home, if this wasn't a councillor's application, obviously you've got one of conditional consent, this would have been approved under delegated powers?
Yes.
Thank you. I'll hand over to Colin Edwards, our principal solicitor, just before we go into questions. Over to you, Colin.
Thank you, Chair. And following on from that, as it's a councillor's application under the planning protocol, I have to look at the file and the way that the application was processed, and I can confirm I've done that, and I can also confirm that it's been processed normally.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Colin, for that. Okay, members, open it up to discussion and questions. Councillor Edwin Roderick, please.
Thank you, Chair. Just as a point of interest, really, because some of them do vary, is this slurry pit being lined or left in its natural state? Because, you know, some you see it on building sites where they see what sort of drainage is coming from a site, you know?
Yeah. Luke, please.
Thank you, Councillor Edwin. I believe it is to be lined.
Oh, good. Thank you. Good idea. Councillor
E. Jones, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Chair. I'm going to be ready to move this when you're happy, Chair, but just got one question on the conditions for Luke. Condition 6 is that only slurry from the Pied House farms should be stored in this facility. How is that going to be monitored and checked?
Good question, Councillor Gareth.
Do you want me to come in, Luke?
If we, yeah, can do, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, unless we receive an enforcement case, we're probably not going to be aware of, you know, whether it is being used by other farms. However, if we do receive a complaint, then obviously we'd go out and investigate that and deal with that through the enforcement process.
Yeah, I've just got in my mind whether that condition should be part of the conditions. And I understand what both Luke's are saying, but you know, it's whether it's a enforceable action.
It's pretty a standard condition with lagoons and stuff like that. Yes, it's just with like ammonia and stuff like that. It's just to keep control on that.
Yeah. So just supplementary, what if they increase the number of cattle on the farm? That could have the same effect.
Yes, that's correct. As was set out, they've confirmed that they're not increasing the cattle as part of this application, and therefore that's the information we provided to NRW, and they've raised no objection to that.
Okay, thank you. I'm happy to move when you're ready, Carl.
Thank you very much, Councillor Gareth E. Jones. Doesn't look like Gareth D. Jones, Vice Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, I think we had a similar application come before us a few months ago, and it was highlighted then that, as Luke said, that we're going to have a number of these due to new regulations. As Gareth has already proposed it, I'm happy to second that we go with officer recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vice Chair. Are there any other speakers before I put it to the vote? Councillor Hugh Williams, please.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Just a question really about water levels near it. Should there be a seepage, what would happen? I mean, what is the possibility? I heard Gareth asking about whether it's lined or not. Sorry, Councillor Edwin. If there was leakage, what are the consequences at all looked at?
Luke.
Yeah, in terms of that, we'd sorry, Luke. That would be a NLW issue if there's like a pollution issue or something like that. So they would be contacted regarding that, and they'd go out and investigate. Obviously, there is agricultural regulations which you have to comply with, which are set out by NLW.
Okay, thank you, Chair. That satisfies. I'm willing to support this application.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Karina Kenyon-Way, please.
Sorry, I'm a bit late on this. You're taking up a hedgerow. Did you say it would be fully restituted? You'd put back an equivalent. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, it would
Thank
be
you very much.
calculated as actually more, Councillor Karina, yes.
Sure.
Okay. I'll just pause for a moment to see if anyone else has any questions. Nope. Okay, we'll put it to the vote. It has been proposed and seconded to go along with the officer's recommendation, which is one of conditional consent as set out in the update report. Those members wishing to go along with that proposal, please indicate in the voting slip that will appear momentarily in our chat, I believe, Steve. Yes, there we go. There it is, members. I'd like to click on it in the usual manner and vote as you will. Just wait for those results to be collated.
Yeah, I've had a problem voting electronically, so
Okay,
perhaps.
we'll come to you for a verbal.
Okay.
So, Chair, there are 12 votes registered, all in favour, plus Councillor Hugh Williams. Could you indicate how you wish to vote, Councillor Williams?
I'm for the application. I'm for, yeah.
So that's 13 votes in favour.
So that is unanimous, is that correct? Yep.
That's correct, yeah.
Thank you very much. That concludes our planning section for today. We only had the one application. I'll move on to item number 5 now, which is the delegated list. Are there any observations in there from members, or are you happy to receive them for information? And
Chair, do you want to bring in the
sorry,
members who
you're quite
absented
right.
Yeah,
themselves?
Yes.
just doing that now, thank you.
I apologise, a little bit fast up the track, sir.
Chair, I do have one question on the delegated list. Should I wait or?
Yeah, we'll just wait for the two councillors to come back in. Apologies.
It's quite simple. I don't believe I'll be holding anybody for a long time. Just an explanation of a term.
Okay.
I'm back in, Chair.
Excellent. Is Councillor Jonathan back in?
Just trying to get him back in, Chair.
Right there.
I'm back in, Chair.
Excellent. Welcome back, both councillors. Just for you to know, it was unanimous to vote in favour of the application. So We're moving on now to item number 5 on the agenda, which is delegated list. And I believe Councillor Hugh Williams has an observation that he'd like to bring forward.
No, it's just in one of the extra gun license applications. It says split decision, which isn't. I've not seen that term before.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Luke Jones, do you want to explain that one, please?
What application is that in relation to? Sorry.
It's on the delegated list. I haven't got it in front of me because I don't know where the hell I am with it at the minute. One of the extra gun license applications, the decision is split decision.
Okay, it could be, if it's like certificate of lawfulness, there could be aspects of that work that are acceptable and lawful, and then it could be aspects of that works which aren't acceptable. So then we'd issue like a split decision, which says the certain works are approved, certain works are refused. So that would be what the split decision means.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it doesn't qualify that, but it's not that type of document. Okay, thank you, Luke.
It was on a discharge of condition.
Oh, so basically that would mean some of the conditions are acceptable and they've been discharged. Some conditions have been refused and require further information.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that, Gareth. I just can't get the document up at the minute.
Okay, any other observations? No, could I have a proposer and seconder to accept them, please? Thank you very much, Councillor Hugh. Do you have a seconder? Thank you very much, Councillor Peter James. Okay, that concludes our planning meeting today. I'd just like to thank you all and wish Luke Jones all the best in his future endeavours. And the door is always open, Luke, if you ever decide to come back to Powys County Council. Thank you, members. Thank you for officers who presented today. Thank you for the press at home and members of the public at home. Could we have a date for the next meeting, please, Steve, if you've got that to hand? If you haven't, don't worry, we'll get it through a diary invite.
It's the 19th of July.
19th of July, members. Okay, great. I close this meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah.